You know, in this area, I've been doing interviews now on radio and television for about 50 years, and as I was approaching this subject today, it occurred to me how much I really don't know about a lot of the people that I've interviewed. As a matter of fact, a lot of the subjects that I've interviewed. And crocheting is right up there at the top of my list of things I don't know. Rene Leitner is with us today. We are at the 11, what's the name of the place now? They just changed it recently?
The Evelyn Mount.
Evelyn Mount, Northeast Center
Community
still.
Center.
And we've done interviews here before, but never as the Evelyn Mount Northeast Center. Happy to do that. And we're going to talk about crocheting. Tell us about the club and the ladies that are here.
Well, it started out as a senior group of crocheters, and it's of any age, you know, actually, even though they call them seniors. And we meet every Monday from 10 to 12. And we crochet our own projects. And then we got interested in doing some volunteer work. So we meet 2 Thursdays a month, and we do volunteer work for donations into the community.
Renee, question, one of the dumb questions that I have, not knowing anything at all about this. What is the difference? Is there a difference between crocheting and knitting?
Well, crocheting you use 1 needle, and knitting you use 2 needles. And it's a completely different process.
Why don't we just have crocheting 1 then and crocheting 2?
Well, I guess you could, but somebody just started out calling them knitting and crocheting so that you'd know what you were doing. So I only know how to crochet and I don't know how to knit, but many of the women in our group know how to do both.
What kinds of things, and we're going to be showing some of the things that you ladies have done, and they're beautiful, by the way, do you crochet as a group?
Well, we crochet afghans, and we crochet scarves and hats and baby blankets, baby afghans. So those are our main projects. But as a group, people have done purses, we've done sweaters, we've done all kinds of different projects. We've done, all kinds of little gadgets, anything you want, little phone holders, whatever you felt like crocheting on your own.
What's the market for this? To family, or do you actually sell it at places, or what?
No, most of us do them for family members and friends, and then we do our volunteer stuff that we just donate to the community. So some people always are working on their donated projects and don't do a lot, you know, in their family. Some of them are older and don't have many people to give them to, so they just work as donating things.
It seems to me the times I've been over the senior center here in Reno that they have crocheting articles in their little gift shop over there. Are any of those the things you ladies have done?
No, not really. The ones that are in the senior center are usually ones that are on consignment. They're selling them. And the stuff that we do, we just do as volunteers and give them to our family, but I don't think anybody in our group is selling anything.
How did you get interested in crocheting? At an early age?
No, actually, I've only been crocheting for about 3.5 years, and I didn't know anything about crocheting when I started, but I'd always wanted to learn, and I never had the time. So before I had grandchildren, I decided that I was going to learn how to crochet so I could make baby blankets for my grandkids. So then I saw an article in the paper about this group, and I just came and joined up. So I've been with them for about 3.5 years.
How long has the group been in existence, roughly, you know?
I don't know if it's
More
been
than
around
5 years,
for...
ladies? Or we have a lot of ladies back
No,
here.
probably about 4 years.
About 4 years. And I understand you don't have an official name.
No, it's just, we're through the city of Reno, and we meet every Monday from 10 to 12, and it's $20 a month to join, you know, and crochet with us. But if you don't want to do just the volunteering, you come 2 Thursdays a month, and you can do the volunteer projects.
Tell us what you are in need of. How do you get your supplies to start?
Well, in the past, we've advertised a little in the newspapers or had articles so that we get community members or people in the community that have yarn that they aren't using. They will come and drop it off, and then we'll use it for our projects. And we also have people make squares. We use a certain size square, and if they want to learn how to do that square, they can come and we'll show them. They can make the squares on their own and then bring them, and then we put all the squares together and make blankets. So our big need right now is really yarn to work on our projects for this year. This is the 3rd year we're doing our volunteer projects for Kids Cottage, for the Family Homeless Shelter, and for Casa de Vida. So those are our 3 main areas, and so we could use a lot of yarn.
Who should they call if they want to donate some yarn to this?
All they have to do is call the community center here, and they will put them in contact with Nova, who runs our program, you know, and helps us with our projects. And people can just come by and drop it off at any time, and they will see that we get it.
Renee, how long does it take you to do a project? I mean, roughly. I guess depends on what you're doing.
Well, a big Afghan probably takes, I'm going to say 30 hours maybe to put together. and the baby ones maybe about 20 hours. And hats and scarves are fast. You can do a hat in an hour, and a scarf probably in an hour.
And as I watch these ladies around the table here, it looks to me it's like it's kind of a jeweler's deal where they're looking, you know, fixing watches or something. They are working
it's very precise,
very precise, very minute.
Very precise, but it's fun and very relaxing.
How can people join? Do you ever have men in this group?
At one time, we did have a guy that came for a couple times, and he wanted to learn how to make hats, and he came for a couple times. He said he was going to come back, but then he never did. But he did come for 2 or 3 times.
How can people join this group?
All they have to do is come down here to the senior center and sign up. You know, and it's $20 a month. And if you don't even have to know anything. So we have people that started out like me that didn't know anything to people that have been crocheting for like 60 and 70 years.
So here we are in the month of April, coming to the end of April, and it would be a good time for people to learn how to crochet and maybe do things for Christmas.
Right, that's what
family.
we're working on right now.
We're
nice working
long
on
range there.
Yeah, you've got plenty of time to get started.
Okay, Rene Leitner, thank you very much for being our guest. We appreciate it, and I think I learned everything I ever wanted to know, maybe even a little more than I wanted to know about crocheting.
Thank you.
Here at the Evelyn Mountain Northeast Center. Thanks to you, and we're back next time.